Dear students, welcome to next video on static members in Java. We have up till now discussed about instance variables and local variables. For working with instance variable, it is expected that you will be creating objects, and with the help of object you can access instance variables. Local variables are those that you define inside a method and you can access them only within the given method. In Java, if you want to access class members, that is, if you want to access the instance variable, we'll have to first of all create an instance of the class. In other words, we'll have to create an object, and then with the help of object we can access the members. But what if we want to access the members without creating any object? Then in this kind of situations, we can make use of the static keyword and we can directly access the class members without creating instance of the class, or without creating any object we can still access the members of the class. This is possible if you are going to use the keyword static. In some cases, you want to save some common information for all the objects, then in that case you can again make use of the keyword static. In today's session, we'll be talking about how to create static variables and static methods. Let us see further. Let us first of all talk about the syntax for creating static variable. If you want to create a static variable, you need to write the keyword static followed by data type followed by name of the variable. Here are two examples. In the first example, we are creating integer variable count. It is static in nature. In the second example, we are creating a string variable called as college name, and it is going to have the value MIT. It is also a static variable. So if you want the college name will be constant for all the objects, then in that case you can declare it to be a static variable. Let us see an example. If you remember, we have covered important functions of math class. Math class is already defined in Java. So in math class, you will find most of the things as static. Most of the members are defined to be static. You can access them without creating objects of the math class. So herein, if you take a look at this example, we are having a main method, and inside that we are trying to find out absolute value of the absolute of -12. We are even working with pi and exponent also. So herein you can see we are not creating any object of math class. We are directly using the name of the class dot method name. So it means we are calling actually the static method. On the other hand, when you are writing math.py, you are actually making use of a static variable. So pi is a kind of constant and it is going to be a static variable in this case. We were talking about static variables. So static members are used when you are going to access the members without creating objects. So without creating objects, if you want to access anything, then in that case you will be making use of static. So either there can be a static variable or then there can be a static member. So this is about the example of math class. To explain the difference between class variables and instance variables in detail, let us have a look at this example. In this example, you can find there are two static variables and two normal variables. Integer I is a static variable. On the other hand, j is a normal variable or instance variable. String s1 is a static variable and s2 is a non-static variable. So these two are class variables, I and s1. They are class variables. On the other hand, j and s2 are instance variables. So if you are creating, suppose, three objects for the class A, namely object 1, object 2 and object 3, then in that case for all the instance variable the separate copy gets created. So you can see for object 1 we have integer j and string s2, for object 2 also we have integer j and string s2, and for third object also we have the same. On the other hand, if you have a look at these two class variables, you can see only one copy of the static variables is created and it will be common to all the objects. So all the objects, they are going to make use of this single copy. So that is what is an advantage of using static variables. I hope you have understood the memory allocation for the static variables. For instance variable, separate instance gets created for each and every object. For static variable, only one copy will be created at the beginning of the program. Now, what is the use of static variable? Normally, in examination, you may get a question on write a program to count number of objects by using the static variable. So here is a diagram for the same. You are having a cube class wherein you are creating three objects C1, C2 and C3. The value of side variable is different for all the objects, but the object count value will be the same. So in this case, you need to define object count variable to be a static variable. Before proceeding with the static method, let us first of all see a demonstration of static variables. So herein we are having a class called a static demo, and inside this class I am creating a variable count. It is 0. In the first execution, I am going to keep it a normal variable with the value 0. We have a method increment and we are going to increment the value of count variable by 1 every time this method is implemented or every time it is executed. Now in main method you can see we are creating two objects, object 1 and object 2, and for both of them we are calling increment method. We are expecting that the object 1 increments it by 1 and object 2 is going to increment it by again 1. So at the end we should get the result as 2. Let us see what happens. What will be the value of object 1 dot count and object 2 dot count. Let us move to the directory wherein we have saved this program. The name of the program is static demo. We just need to change the name of the class. That is going to be static demo. Let us compile it one more time. And now let us execute. You can see the result that you are getting is count is 1 and count is 1. Even though we are creating two objects, still the result is 1. This is because this program doesn't contain a static variable. As discussed earlier, integer count is a normal instance variable. So let us see what happens in step-by-step manner. So suppose this first statement gets executed. Then in memory you will get one object called as obj1. We will get one object obj1, and for this object you will be having a count variable with the value 0. So you will be having a variable count with the value 0. Then the second statement gets executed and you will be having a second object inside the memory obj2. And for this again count variable will be formed. And the value for this count will be again 0. This is because these two objects are created and you are actually having an instance variable count. So for both of them you are going to get the value 0. Then we are executing obj1.increment. This will call this increment function and will change the value of count from 0 to 1. Then next to that you are calling obj2.increment. Now this time you are calling it with obj2 object. So whatever operations you are going to carry out, they will be carried out on the instance variable for the object 2. So the initial value of count will now change and it will also become 0 plus 1 as 1. So herein the effect is there on individual objects. So you are getting count as 1 for obj1 and therefore you will get obj1 count is 1 and obj2's count is also 1. This is when you are talking about a non-static member or a non-static variable. Now what will happen if you change it to a static variable? If you change it to the static variable, the scenario will be completely different. Two objects will be formed inside the memory when you are executing these two statements, and there will be a single memory allotted to the variable count. Reason being, now count is your static variable. So this is your count variable that will take initially the value 0. When you execute obj1.increment, it will increment the value of the variable count by 1. So it was initially 0, now it will become 1. This is when you are calling obj1.increment for object 1. Next you are going to call it for object 2 also. Again you are going to call the increment method and it will increment the existing value of count by 1. The existing value of count is 1. Please remember, for both the objects we are going to have a single copy of the static variable. So even if you are calling it for object 2, there is no separate copy. The current copy of count gets replaced or it gets incremented by 1 and its value now becomes 2. So if you are adding a single word static over here and if you execute your program, the output changes and you'll get obj1 count is 2 and obj2 count is also 2. This is what is the difference between a normal variable, which is your instance variable, and the static variable. So please remember, if you are having a normal variable, suppose if you have a variable integer I, separate copy gets created for each individual object. One copy for object 1 and one copy for object 2. But for static variable, only one single copy will be formed inside the memory. So this is what is the difference between the static variables and instance variable. Let us see the execution. Let me first of all save the program. So as discussed, you can now see you're getting obj count is 2 and obj count is 2. In previous case, when we have not used the static variable, the output was 1 and 1, and now the output is common to both the objects. So this is how the static variables, they are going to help you in maintaining some kind of common information. I hope you have understood the static variable. Let us move on to the next one. Now we'll be talking about static methods. The static methods are nothing but these are the methods for which you need not create object for calling them. Generally, we have seen whenever you are adding a method inside a class, to call it we need an object, and then we write object.method name to invoke the particular method. But if you are using a static method, then in that case we are simply going to add the static word in front of the method name, and it becomes a static method. You need not create any object. You can directly call the method by using name of the class and then method name. Few things to be remembered. Static methods can be invoked without any object, first thing, and the second thing is you can access the static methods can be used to access the static data, and you can change the value of the static data by using static methods. So here is an example of static method. You are adding a static method, public static void method. To call this method, you are not creating any object of the test class, you are directly writing test.method. Let us see a proper example of static methods. So here is an example of static method. You have a class called a static test, and inside this class we are making use of two methods. One is non-static, another is static method. The multiply is a non-static method. On the other hand, add is a static method. We have main method inside the same. We have one more class called as main. Let me rename it. I'll make it static method. The class name is static method. So we have a main method class called a static method, and inside this we are trying to call the method add and the method multiply. Multiply method is simply taking two parameters and returning the result of multiplication. On the other hand, add method is simply taking two parameters and returning the result of addition. Let us see what is the difference between these two. We are creating an object of static test called as st, and with this we are trying to call the multiply method. You can see multiply method is a non-static method. To call it, we need to take help of object, and we are calling it like this. On the other hand, when you want to call a static method, you need not make use of object. You can directly use the name of the class followed by name of the method. So this is what is the difference between a normal method and a static method. Please don't forget, main method is also a static method. Let us see the execution of this one. You just need to type in Java C followed by static method.java for compilation, and just to execute we'll write static method, Java static method. So we have given these two parameters 2 and 2, and the result of multiplication is 4, and this is your static method, and the result of addition is 5. So like this we can make use of static variables and static methods inside a Java program. Just to have a recap of the things, to end up this video, I'll just revise the things that we have learned today with the help of a table that distinguishes between a non-static variable and a static variable. So non-static variables or your normal variables are not preceded with a static keyword. On the other hand, static variables are preceded with a static keyword. Memory is allocated to these variables whenever the object is created, and memory is allotted to static variable at the time of loading of the class only once. This happens only once. Herein memory is dependent on the number of objects being created. Herein only one copy of the variable will be created. So memory is allotted multiple times whenever a new object is created, and memory is allotted for these variables only once in the program. Non-static variables are also known as instance variables because whenever a new instance is created, memory gets allotted. On the other hand, memory is allotted at the time of loading of the classes for the class variables. Therefore, they are also known as class variables. Static variables are also known as class variables. Non-static variables are specific to the object. On the other hand, static variables are common for every object. That means their memory allocation can be shareable. And non-static variables can be accessed with the help of object reference. So you need to write object name dot variable name. On the other hand, static variables are accessed by writing class name followed by static member name. It can be a variable name or it can be a member name. So in today's session, we have discussed in detail about the static word. It can be used along with variables. It can even be used along with methods. Moreover, it can even be used as a static block. So if you want, you can refer to the material that I'm going to share with you regarding static. So in today's session, we have discussed in detail about static variables. From exam point of view, the important questions on the static variables is distinguish between instance variable and static variables, or write a program to count number of objects using static variables, or explain in detail static members or class members, inside a Java program. So likewise, you can get a question on static variables, either on static variables or on static methods. The most important question is on counting number of objects using static variables. I hope you have understood the concept. I'll be sharing programs and this presentation with you. Thanks for watching this video.